All right, Chapter 7, Section 3, Politics in the Gilded Age. Okay, we talked about cities and immigrants. Now we're going to talk about the politics of the cities during the Gilded Age as well as the country as a whole. Let's get to it. All right. We talked about a little bit political machines yesterday. Basically, there's groups of people in major cities like New York, and there's some in other cities throughout the United States, but New York is the model that we use for it. Basically, a group that controls the politics of a city and, most importantly, of a party in that city. Okay, so what they do is they offer services, or they offer opportunities to people that support them. Okay, so if you are a member of the political machine in New York, it was called Tammany Hall. We'll talk about that more in a second. But if you vote the way they want you to vote, then you are more likely to get a job. You're more likely to have more customers, and they will throw business your way if you support them. So this is a problem that happens after the Civil War. Okay, and so it's a hierarchy of so you have the boss on top, and then underneath that you have precinct captains whose job it is to get out the vote, and then you have the city boss on top, like I said before. So anyway. Those political machines, the political bosses, usually don't. Sometimes they do, but they don't always have the political office. But their power is that they control who becomes that politician, or who gets to be that elected official. Okay, so they control through their influence. They control who gets contracts to build buildings, who gets other things, and who doesn't. That's more important. And so it's more of a better opportunity for you to be part of the political machine than not in those major cities. Okay, let's see. So a lot of times when immigrants get off the boat, especially in New York, the first person they see is a representative of those political machines. Okay, and so they get them all set up. All right, let's get them registered to vote. Let's get them a job. Let's get them a place to stay. And so as long as you do as you're told, then your life can be okay. If you break away from that, you're in trouble. Okay, so they get immigrants off the boat. They try to get them to become citizens so that they can vote. Again, that's the most important thing, is to control the votes. So a lot of times there is election fraud. Okay, in these elections, if you control the polls, if you have a poll boss or a poll captain, precinct captain, you can control who votes and how many votes that is. Okay, and they use graft. Graft is illegal influence for personal gain. So you may give a contract to somebody because they gave you cash on the side to help influence the decision. Okay, so those are called kickbacks. Okay, bribes. And so some things are legal, some things are illegal within that, but that's what the political machine does. Okay, the biggest one, we talked about it yesterday a little bit, is Boss Tweed. Okay, Boss Tweed is the head of the political machine Tammany Hall in New York City. Okay, and he's going to defraud New York City of millions of dollars. Okay, millions of dollars during his time. In fact, he overcharges the city millions and millions for building the new city hall. So. Anyway, so Thomas Nast, his political cartoons, we're going to see some in just a minute, are what brings finally the Tweed ring down in New York and puts Boss Tweed in prison for the rest of his life. Okay, so at the national level, you have patronage. Patronage is when you help someone get elected, and so in return they give you a government job. Okay, civil service, those are those jobs that are for the government in various tasks, okay, and they are all given to people like postmaster. They're all given to people that helped get someone elected. So when a new administration comes in, all those people are fired and new ones are brought in. Okay, the problem is some of these people aren't qualified, so it leads to mismanagement. It leads to inefficiency, and it's pretty bad. So reformers want to use merit, so the abilities you have to get a job rather than who you know, okay, which makes sense to most people. Okay, so you need to keep these people straight, at least the big groups. Okay, so Rutherford B. Hayes is elected president in 1876. Okay, and he elects or nominates independent people, not patronage people, to his cabinet. He fires people that were there for patronage jobs, which angers the other side of the Republican Party who believe in patronage. And so in 1880, the Republican nominate James Garfield, okay? But the people that like patronage, the stalwarts, make Chester A. Arthur the vice presidential candidate, okay? So so what ends up happening is Garfield is for changing the way government jobs are given, and he ends up getting shot by an assassin and killed. And so Chester A. Arthur, who is pro-patronage, decides that he needs to do something to show that it isn't about patronage anymore, and so he passes the Pendleton Civil Service Act, okay, which you take a test in order to get the government job. All right, so back and forth it goes throughout the rest of the 1800s with patronage versus reform. You have to understand the biggest difference between Democrats and Republicans at this time is that they only differ on their ideas about the tariff, okay? Republicans tend to like the tariff while Democrats do not, okay? So that's the biggest thing in that time. So that's the end of chapter 7. If you have any questions, ask in class, send me an email, whatever you need to do. All right, keep on reading, keep on learning. Thanks for watching.